Hey everyone, welcome to the Book Sluts. My name
is a good.
I couldn't think. Oh yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to the Book Sluts. My name is Angie, and on this week's episode, I am bringing 4 Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Okay, so I gave this book, what did I give it? I gave it 5 stars.
Damn.
It was really funny. Like, it's a kind of like it's not a rom-com. I don't even know what it's considered, but it's the second book in a series that it's just a sequel to her first book, which is Dial A for Auntie.
So do you have to read them together?
Not really. No, because I still kind of was able to follow the story without knowing exactly what happened. It does make little references back to the first book, but not enough to, like, it does it in a way so you still understand what happened in the first book to get to the second book. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to read the first book now. It was really funny, just the dynamic. So they're Indonesian Chinese, or Chinese and Indonesian. I don't know. Okay. So that's the family, right? So her name is Medi Chan. And in the story, she's getting married to Nathan, which he is also mixed. I don't remember exactly from where she said, which I think it elaborates more in the first book than it does this book. But his family, so like his parents live in England. So yeah, so they're getting married, and they're gonna get married in England at Oxford.
Ooh.
So right, so she's gonna go to school there after, I believe, if I caught all the information correctly, she's gonna go to school there after, and they're gonna move over there. And his parents already live over there, and he's like this really big business guy, and he. So in the first book, her and her aunts accidentally kill the guy that she went on a date with.
What?
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I really want to go read the first book because I'm not too sure.
Not Nathan, but
no,
it was
another
the other
guy.
book.
Right.
Oh,
the
okay.
first book, Nathan, she had met in college, but I think they had split up for a little while. And while they were split up, her mom set her on a blind date with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, she accidentally kills this guy. Or they thought they killed him. So she calls her aunts and her mom. Her mom is included in the Aunties.
Mm-hmm.
And then they actually end up killing him.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That sounds hilarious.
Yes. And they're funny. Like, they have these big old, like, heavy accents, but they're so cute. So, pinche pollo. Or rooster. What is it called?
It's a cock.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm freaking dead.
Why did I sound so manly?
The funny part is they probably don't even hear the damn rooster in the background. I'm so dead. Ay.
We can edit that out.
No.
Dude, we could use it too if we're reading like those nasty romance books. What is this? Cock.
Okay, so the whole reason I even brought that up was because Nathan knows he helped them cover up the murder or whatever. The body was never found. I don't know. Yeah, right, as far as I know. I don't know what they did. That's why I want to go listen to the first book.
So you don't know?
No.
What?
It's because that's what the first book is about, is how she had gone on this date and this guy was like trying to abuse her. So she tased him. Right, I get this much out of everything. That's what I'm saying. You don't really need to read the first book unless you want like all the little details, right?
Oh, okay.
But you get this far. Like, she ended up tasing him somehow in the car. She tased him in the car. Why are you laughing?
Is the way I did it?
Cause of what? Who did you tase?
I said, is it the way I did it? You went like... I'm not trying to get it to
I know.
Make sounds. I was doing it all weird. And I only saw it from the corner of my eye, so it looked like...
You guys are funny.
Shark attack.
I'm gonna be Maria today. They're eating a sandwich. So they're laughing about the way they're eating their sandwiches.
You're eating one too?
I am, but I was talking while y'all had this whole...
This whole moment?
This whole moment, exactly.
This magic moment.
So yeah. So I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah. So she tased the guy, lost control of the car. She assumed he was dead. He wasn't dead, but because she thought he was, she called her aunties, and then I don't know what happens from there. So somehow Nathan gets involved throughout that process, and then they end up getting back together, I guess. I don't know exactly how that works. But the beginning of this book, they're getting married. They're preparing for their wedding. And her family, so her aunties, they doesn't say their names. It says big aunt, which is the oldest aunt, second aunt, and then her mom, Mrs. Ma, I think she calls her, and then third or fourth aunt. Okay. Yeah, because she doesn't say third. So I'm assuming her mom is the third aunt.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So that's literally how they talk to each other, is first aunt, big aunt, second aunt. Like, it's not, which I think is so smart because there's so many aunts that I don't even know. Yeah, when they all turn around.
Kind of like when you say junior and so many.
Yeah, exactly.
We should start doing that. Junior 1, junior 2.
Right, with all the boys.
That's tall, funny. Junior, short junior.
Junior who drinks a lot.
Which one?
I know. Yeah, that was not a good one, huh? I'm just playing. So yeah. And then preparing for this wedding, her family, so her and her aunties, she's a wedding photographer. Her mom is, I think, a florist. Her fourth aunt is a makeup artist. And then big aunt, or no, it's not fourth aunt. Second aunt is the makeup artist.
So they all have like a profession?
Right. Well, they have like this thing together. Like they have that business together. Oh, where they're caterers. That's the other one. Oh, okay. They cater, like they can put everything up for a whole wedding or a party, whatever it is. So because she wants them to be guests at the wedding, she's not contracting them to do all this stuff. So they're looking for caterers and stuff. So in that, they end up meeting this family, and the girl who's the photographer of that group, it's another I don't know if they're Indonesian as well, but I know they're another Chinese family, so they have a lot of similarities. And so Medi and that other girl whose name I cannot fucking remember right now, like always, they end up being, getting close and being friends or whatever. And her family takes charge of all the catering, all the stuff for the party. Well, so then they fly out to Oxford. And the day before the wedding, at her bachelorette party, right, the girl goes with them, and they all, I think it's Kim. I think her name is Kim. Anyways, let's call her Kim.
Is this all based like in like 2 different countries? Like,
right, so they live in the States. They live in the States, but they go to England to have the party, to have the wedding itself.
Did they go to Oxford University?
Yeah, that's where they had the wedding. Okay. She's gonna attend there after the wedding. So the day before her wedding, at her bachelorette party, when they were going back, Medi had made like she only had her best friend, 2 of her best friends, as her like bridal party. So she made it for them, and then she also made one for Kim. So she went out, chased after her from the hotel, and accidentally ended up not overhearing, right, her conversation she was having. And she was talking about how it's okay, she hasn't caught on to us, I'll keep her distracted, everything's gonna be fine, we can go according to plan. So Medi doesn't, like, in following her, right, sneaking around behind her to try and listen, she doesn't realize that she stops. So she runs right into her. So Kim is like, what are you doing? What are you doing out here? And she goes, I was trying to give you this, So she gave her the little box that she ended up squishing when she ran into her. So instead of keeping her mouth shut, she goes, who are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, who are you? And stuff. And she goes, are you mafia? Like, are you you just whatever? And Kim says, I'm mafia. Our family's mafia or whatever. So then Medi starts freaking the hell out. She goes upstairs to not her room, but to her mom's room, where her aunties are there. And she tells them what happens. And her aunties automatically like, okay, we kill him like this. And then we can kill him like this. And Medi's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so funny. So just hearing their dynamic, the aunties, they're fucking hilarious. And then I thought this was the funniest, the cutest thing ever. To try to impress Nathan's family, the aunties supposedly learn an English accent. And and like English slang. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Can you tell us in English
I
slang?
can't.
Try it.
I can't. I don't even remember what she said.
Just
I don't remember what she said.
what I just said earlier.
What did you say?
You sound like you're from London.
No. It wasn't even that because, you know, they have a very heavy accent in their own. And you can hear it. Like in the audiobook, you can hear. She did really well.
I want to hear that.
I'll find it for you guys. Actually just returned the fucking book today. Oh yeah. But it was funny because he was like, what are they doing? And she was like, I don't know. Like, so they tell her, we learned an English accent. Like, it was the funniest thing ever.
That was kind of funny.
Shut up. I was trying to do their accent. It was so funny. Anyways, so I'm trying to think, like, what's a big, like, English slang or, like, slur?
Bloody hell.
Quid.
No, it's something else.
All bollocks.
The big aunt says that one a lot. But she doesn't use it in the right context. So he just laughs. And I love his dynamic. Because, like, of course,
I thought
you
you
know.
were going to say, I love his laugh. I was like, what?
No. His dynamic with the aunties.
No, okay.
Because they are like, oh, Nathan. And, like, super, like, in love with this man. And he goes along with their craziness. And I mean it when I say they're crazy, they're crazy. So her mom is, like, the pothead of the family. As far as, like, she uses a lot of weed in her herbs, like in her teas and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess she has some kind of back pain or something. And she accidentally gets them high. They were trying to get the grandma of Kim, like, you know how their family took over the catering or whatever. So she was trying to drug them. But auntie, no, but then she was real quick with it. She, like, kind of knew something was going on, so she didn't let Kim take the champagne. So auntie number 2, she grabs, she goes, I got it, I'll drink it. And she, like, they knew it was laced.
Yeah.
But in order not to get caught, they drank it. So in the middle of their plan, you know, now that they know that this is mafia or whatever, trying to save Medi's wedding, they end up capturing uncle number 2. And then when big uncle goes to look for uncle number 2, they take him down. And they...
So these mafia people are just taking them down?
No.
Oh.
The aunties are taking these men down.
Oh.
Yeah, the aunties. And so, you know, they keep doing this. And they, you know, somehow bring Medi into all of this. And it's just so funny.
So there is no mafia.
No, so at the end, no. So they end up being the whole reason that they were after. So as her saying that they were mafia, right, to keep her covered, they were saying they were going to kill somebody. So the aunties, the aunties and Medi assume that it's this lady that works. Like I said, he's a big business guy. So they assume that, okay, it has to be someone. And because they called her the queen.
Oh.
They assumed it had to be a woman, you know, a powerful woman. So they end up latching themselves onto this lady that Medi's like, it has to be her. You know, he has private conversations with her, blah, blah, blah. Well, this lady ends up being his godmother, not even someone that he does business with. But this lady was like, what the fuck? These 3 little women just, you know, clung to me, and I didn't know why, because it was their way of trying to keep her, you know, keep her safe from the mafia.
Wow.
So whatever. So when at the very end, you know, Kim and the grandma are the only ones that they didn't kidnap. So when they go to confront them about the other 3 uncles, you know, they come clean about they were scared that they were mafia because the guy that they killed is her cousin. And it was the grandma's favorite grandson.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they were going after Medi and her family. Was because they killed him.
And they knew that?
They knew that, right. But the police stopped investigating. Everyone stopped investigating. I'm telling you, Nathan knows big people, so it disappeared. Well, she wasn't gonna... Kim, which is the cousin, she wasn't gonna take it, you know. So she did her own research. She dug. She even got a job at the hotel where it all happened at, I guess. She got a job there to hear all the rumors and everything that had happened, and she put it all together. So that's how it ends, you know. She ends up telling her. So when they were getting on the airport originally to go to Oxford, Mitty had her taser. So she was like, this is kind of hard for me to part with, you know, at one point to save my life. So when they were confessing everything, that they're not mafia, that they're really his family and stuff, she remembers that Maddie had said that the taser had saved her life. So that's when it kind of all came clear, you know, this man was trying to do something to her.
Oh, okay.
And this is why he got killed. It wasn't because he was fucking around with the mafia like they assumed. And he got himself into trouble, and that's why he died. So they assumed they were mafia, and they they both assumed each other was mafia. It was so funny.
Sounds funny.
It was so funny. But yeah, that was
kind of like, what's the book called again? Its name?
4 Aunties and a Wedding.
It sounds like another movie that I know. 4 funerals. No, 4 weddings and a funeral.
4 weddings or 4 deaths?
No, I think it's 4 weddings and a funeral.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I think it's a British movie.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I know there's one at death at a funeral. It's fucking hilarious. But I don't know. I don't remember who they are. But it's a bunch of black big name black men actors. It was a funny ass movie.
Yeah, 4 weddings and a funeral.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, it's a whole British cast.
I'm gonna have to go watch that movie, especially if it's funny. Is it a funny movie?
I think it says it's a comedy / romance. I'm gonna watch it. Let's see, where's it? Where to watch this movie? If you have Pluto TV, it's free. Not yet to like
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 4 Aunties and a Wedding.
I want to rate it.
You should.
Sounds funny.
It was fucking hilarious. It's better if you listen to it because you hear all their accents
that's
and
what
stuff. I know.
And like you go to Oxford.
It's funny because like even having a big family or whatever, like even having like all my tias, a lot of my tias grew up here, and the tias that didn't grow up here, they don't speak English, so I don't hear that accent. Like I don't have those. The accent makes it all the funnier. As ugly, and that's what she was saying. Like the author, she goes, I'm trying to do this in the most loving way possible to where it doesn't fall into the stereotype about Chinese, you know, people or whatever. And I'm like, she said, but also trying to show my love for my family, right? And I don't know, I think she did it really well.
I mean, people have accents, like
Right.
you can't, and every certain country has its own, so
Right.
it's part of it.
Like I used to work for like in Orange County for a parking structure, and my boss said that I had an LA accent.
Yeah, they used to tell me I had an
I was
LA
like,
accent too.
the fuck? I have an accent? He's like, yeah. He's like, he did it like all like a certain way. I was like, I'm like, I don't sound like that. He's like, you sound like that. I was
What
like, no,
the
I
hell?
don't.
He didn't do the Valley Girl one, did he? Oh, okay.
My
That's
wife-
considered LA, right? Valley? The Valley?
I think that's just considered California.
No,
Oh.
San Fernando Valley.
Oh,
Oh, see, I don't even know.
Because I
no.
watch Valley Girl. It's where the Valley Girls are from.
Oh,
San
I didn't know
Fernando
that.
No.
Valley. Like my white girl accent.
Yeah, right. My professional voice sounds like a. Yeah, my speech coach in high school, he told me that I had an East LA accent when we were learning accents, because he was he goes, it's all in the placement of your tongue when you're saying specific words. That's what creates the accent, is the placement of your tongue.
I got yelled at by a white lady because I used to be a telemarketer. She's like, "You're Hispanic, aren't you?" She told me to learn how to talk because I had a big accent.
You had a big accent?
Nah, that's the same one that I know, like, but this is still.
That's racist.
I know. How can you make those assumptions over the damn phone?
Well, she wasn't wrong, but
Right.
still, like, why does it offend you that I talk weird?
I would have been like,
Don't talk weird though.
you don't.
I don't know. They're just mad. Whenever they're probably waiting forever.
Huh?
That's their fault. Oh my gosh.
Used to be a telemarketer.
It was, yeah. Supposedly they were trying to help people, but it was like called loan modifications. We would call people to like something for their houses, and like I don't know. I quit because they're assholes. Yeah,
Wow.
they were just scamming people.
That's
so
what
I
it sounds
quit.
like. It sounds like that in general. It's so hard to find a.
I didn't know, you know.
Right,
but
right.
when I did find out, I quit. I was
Right.
like, fuck these people.
So this concludes this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed our book talk and that you continue to reach out to us on Instagram. at Book Sluts Club or on TikTok at Book Sluts Podcast or even by email officialbookslutsclub@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to click on the link in our bios to purchase your copy of this book. Don't forget to subscribe here wherever you may be listening to us on, and don't miss a single episode.
Please leave a review or even share our podcast with your fellow book lovers. Until next time, adios, book sluts.